This video is about non-compete agreements.
Okay. Where'd you go to med school?
I went to medical school at NYU, sir.
Okay. And you were, I think you said you were at the top of your class.
Yes, sir.
And then you trained at Harvard.
That is correct.
And then you joined other orthopods in a practice, right?
That is correct.
How many orthopedic surgeons were in your class? Were in your practice, rather?
I don't recall the number of orthopedic surgeons specifically, but there were approximately 25 partners within the group.
And you were a partner?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And a private equity company came in and said they wanted to buy you. Is that right?
That is correct.
And you and your partner sold, right?
That is correct.
And they paid you a bunch of money, right?
They paid me some money, sir. That is correct.
Yeah. How much did you walk away with?
I walked away with nothing.
No, when they bought your practice, you were a partner. You were paid, right?
Right at that point, sir, I did not walk away, but I was.
Well, I didn't strike the walk away. How much did you personally gain from the sale to the private equity group?
I'm not allowed to disclose the details of the transaction, sir.
Was it over? Why not?
Because that is part of the transaction's restrictive agreement, sir.
Was it over $1 million?
I'm not allowed to say, sir.
Was it over $2 million?
I'm not allowed to say the amount.
It was a lot of money, though, wasn't it?
I do not believe it was worth my freedom, sir.
But you did at the time.
I did not, sir.
Okay. Why'd you sign the agreement?
Because it was, for the lack of a better term, I was compelled to sign the agreement in order to fall in line with the group, sir.
Here's why I think you signed the agreement, and I don't mean to offend you.
It's okay.
I've seen these kind of transactions before. This is going on all over the country.
That is correct.
I think the private equity group came in and offered you and your partners a huge sum of money in the millions. And I think you took it. And I think later you regretted it. And you wanted out of the deal. And I think that violates the freedom of contract. And I will bet, no offense, doctor, but I will bet that you wouldn't be willing to give back the millions of dollars that you took away from the sale in order to get back your freedom to practice.
Can I respond?
Sure.
If I may respond, thank you for the opportunity to respond to your question, sir. I have to say that, number one, I was not in favor of the sale. That's number one. And then number two, I have to disagree with your final statement without giving away any details. But I can say in my personal experience that is false, sir.
Okay. You took the money, though, didn't you?
The thing that I disagree with, sir, is whether or not I gave it back.
Yeah, but did you take the money?
I gave it back, sir.
You gave back all the money that the private equity group paid you.
As part of the...
Is that your testimony?
As part of the settlement, I have to say that I had to buy out of the non-compete.
Yeah, I don't want to play games, Doc, but
yes, sir.
When the private equity guys came in and said, we want to buy you out, you might have disagreed with your partners, but it sounds like they outvoted you.
That's correct.
You could have left the practice then. You chose not to. You chose to take the money, did you not?
If I chose to leave the practice, sir, I would have had to leave the state.
I get that. But you took the money, did you not?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Doctor, let's suppose that Elon Musk decided to leave Tesla. General Motors hired him away. Said, we'll pay you $50 billion a year because we, General Motors, are sucking wind. And they are. But if we sign you up, we want an employment contract, and we're going to show you all our intellectual property, And we're going to insist that you sign a non-compete agreement. Now, you got General Motors, you got Elon Musk, one of the wealthiest, if not the wealthiest, people in the world. Why should those two not be allowed to negotiate an employment contract, including a non-compete agreement?
As I explained to Ms. Smith, I'm less worried about wage suppressing effects of non-competes on very high wage workers. Obviously, Elon Musk would be able to negotiate a non-compete with a new employer.
Would you have any problem saying that's okay?
There are other options for
But
GM.
would you have a problem?
I would have a deep problem with saying that's okay because we're
You're
talking
just against all non-competes.
because of their effects on the economy, their effects on negative effects on workers, negative effects on consumers, and negative effects on the economy more broadly.
I just don't think you're very objective. I don't think you're a very objective witness. It's been my experience that most of these issues, there are always two sides. And no offense, you're entitled to your opinion. I enjoyed listening to you, but I can tell from your breathless presentation that you just feel passionately about this, and I respect that, but I think you're kind of blinded by your ideology. That's just my point of view. But I thank you for being here. And I went way over. Give Tina more time because she stayed within her limits, and I went way over. And I got to go vote.
All right. So what do you think about non-competes now that Senator Kennedy is pro non-compete?
He almost went full Kendrick. Be like, I hate the way you walk, the way you talk. I hate the way you dress.
Oh my God.
Right over my head.
Still disagree. He's like, I have no idea what that song is.
Kendrick, who's
You
Kendrick?
gotta listen
Is
to it.
All right.
Should we play it?
I'll listen to it.
It just is what it is. You're just gonna have to deal with that. Like, I mean, you can morally be like, please don't share the information from the other company, but honestly,
yeah, but signing so.
it's basically just like you're learning, right? Like when it doesn't matter where you're coming from, like you just learned all this new stuff from this company, and you're just taking your knowledge to another company, and they're basically like, you can't use part of your knowledge that you have at this new company, and it's just weird.
Yeah.
Oh, it is weird.
I mean, it's just gonna happen everywhere, so just get over it and deal with it. And sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense for a McDonald's worker, right?
No.
No, I mean, it makes sense that that's a problem with somebody who works at McDonald's. But like I said, that
Poach
is
them. That's my
a
preference.
poaching. Yeah.
Go poach them. Pay them more.
It's a problem for the employee that I can't go work at a different McDonald's. I'm
Okay, I
locked.
see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So that is a problem. Non-competes, I think, are they suck. That means that
So you're saying that same McDonald's employee can't go to Burger King and be like, here's what I learned.
so McDonald's doesn't make you sign a non-compete. They had a non-poaching agreement with the franchises so that one McDonald's store couldn't take an employee from another McDonald's store for some period of time. But that hurts the employee.
I thought we were in a free market, and that doesn't seem free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then a non-compete to say you can't compete with us for the rest of your life, right? Well, now that's all you know, right? You've worked at that job. You only know lashes or whatever.
That's all you have experience in. It's very hard to shift careers.
It's very
And
hard to
also
go.
employers judge you. They're like,
You want to know
well,
something, actually?
you worked in this field and now you're in this field. Now you're in this field. What's going on?
Non-compete.
So there was like a bunch of lash studios that were running for like its best lashes of Arizona. And she got second place, the girl that I worked for.
She did.
We got first
Oh.
for like the 6th year in a
This
row.
is all she's been thinking about. She's like,
No, I just thought of it. I was like, actually.
no, but since we brought up the topic.
No, I literally just thought about it. I was like, wow, yeah, no, actually.
Well, you hated non-competes before. You saw that Senator Kennedy is okay with non-competes, and you still hate them, and that's okay.
Yeah, I think they're pretty.
They're just wrong.
Yeah.
Simply, if we're free people, you can't have non-compete.
Yeah,
It just boxes you in. I don't like it.
it does. It
Be
does.
a better company, be a better boss, and you probably won't have that issue. The only time you'd have an issue is if like the person went out on their own and started their own business, and good for them. Cheer them on. What?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
and they took the clients
People are
with them.
just selfish.
Well, if they take the clients with them, that is a problem, I think.
Yeah.
it really just comes
Yeah.
down to people being selfish.
It's not a problem though. If they want to go with you, then that's where the clients want to go. Also, free people do better and they want to
Selfish
stay
and
with you.
greedy.
Like I remember when I was younger, this was like when my teen years, I used to be involved in dance. And I remember that there were 2 teachers, they were in a relationship at the time. They decided to open their own studio and take most of the current studio's clientele away from them.
That's
Yeah.
the way of the
better.
world.
That's it.
Really.
It's a learning lesson.
You're right. Like if you have a great business, then you shouldn't worry so much about it.
And also, if you are a good person, people are just going to naturally be loyal to you, right? And you have to use discernment. If you hire a scheming person and they take all your
Scheming
clients
scammer.
because they weren't loyal,
Treat your employees right. Yeah.
we're going to take this podcast and run with it. Bye.
We're going to get a different
I got something for
David.
you guys to sign.
We also have something for you to sign.